All right, give me a mic. Give me a mic check real quick.
All right, mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Sick. All right, guys. This is episode 5 of Gurupresario, the podcast. We're here with my good friend Sean Sikes out of San Antonio, Texas. Sean's got a pretty unique story. I'll let Sean fill you guys in. Go ahead, Sean.
I mean, just talking about personal training wise.
Yeah, just introduce yourself, man.
Yeah,
a little about what
so basically, man, I just personal train. I do it. It's been kind of my gig out here. Shut up. It's been kind of my gig out here for the last 8 years since I moved to San Antonio. Well, not really since I moved here, but for the last 8 years, that's what I've been doing. So,
where are you originally from, bro? I'm
from Houston, Texas. So I moved out here when I was 18 or 19 years old because, I got a football scholarship to the University of Mary, which is a little private school up north. And then that didn't work out because it was in North Dakota and it was just cold, man.
Yep.
So that and my mom at the same time, she got sick. And so, she was already kind of sick before I left, but it progressively got worse. So I really wanted to be back home or at least closer to home. So I moved back to Texas. And around 19, I moved to San Antonio because it was close enough to be home, but at the same time, far away, But really, I just came out here to party, man, kick it with my friends and party hard because everybody was in college.
Do you have connections here already?
Huh?
Do you have connections here already, I'm assuming?
No, I mean, I only had two people that were going to two friends that were going to UTSA. I mean, we were 19.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have any connections, but I was just out here partying, meeting people, whatever. And then I worked at a couple different spots like Petco and Lowe's and what was another one? Academy. And then I ended up staying out here because I started working at Gold's Gym. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to be I already knew I wanted to be a personal trainer, but I was like, well, I already got my foot in the door, so now I'm going to do this. And so been out here ever since. Got done with Gold's Gym, used them up for a year or whatever, built up a clientele base, jet out of Gold's Gym, then went to a friend of mine, Big D's gym, and started training out of his gym, doing my own thing. And then my friend John Campos, he got me my LLC. So I started my own business and started paying taxes like a normal person. And then I started my own business and I moved downtown and it's been good ever since.
Sick, man. Tell me a little about, because I know a lot of us, in the entrepreneur world, we think of it as leaving the corporate world, right? So when you were at Gold's, what ultimately made you take that jump, man?
See, I've never really felt like I've been a part of the corporate world, even when I was in the corporate world. I probably never had a manager that could tell me shit. Be like, I'm not about to do that. I'd be like, Sean, we're going to need you to take out the trash. And it's like, I was taking out the trash already, but now that you asked, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. So that's kind of been I never really thought I was supposed to be corporate. Once my friend John Campos started helping me out with getting my own business, and stuff like that, I already knew at that point I was done with goals. I was like, shit, I'm out. I'm gonna do my own thing then. Why would I give y'all 60% or 50% of my money?
How much you gave up of your personal training?
Yeah, it's 40 or 50%. I don't know what it is anymore. I mean, I haven't been back there in 7 or 8 years, 6, 7 years, but
that's ridiculous. What do they do to supply you with 60%, to take 60%, man?
I don't know. I know they're not calling or texting any of my clients and saying happy birthday. So they're not doing any of the stuff that it takes. I mean, it's cool though. I mean, for people who are beginning out, it's a corporate gym. That's a good place to get started though, and actually get some experience. A lot of people I feel who just hop out and they just jump off because they're like, oh man, I've seen it, it's cool. I think I could train. And then they start their own little business or whatever and they start training. It's if you build it, it won't always come, man. You got to sell. You got to get out there and spread the word. You can't just post something on Instagram and you just a popping trainer already.
Yeah. So tell me a little about John Campos. Have I met this gentleman or how did he help you, bro?
So he has a business called JD and Associates. It's a tax business. Like he does accounting basically. So he keeps books. He does accounting. He does taxes, whatever. And I've been training him for a minute. I used to work the front desk at Gold's, like the night shift.
Yeah.
He would come in and he'd, real early or real late, he'd come in and we'd talk and chop it up. And I used to tell him, I'm like, hey man, I'm going to train soon. You got to train with me. And so then whenever I broke off and did my own thing, he came and trained with me and he lost like 60 or 70 pounds. And then we've been cool ever since. We've been working with each other ever since. So he does my taxes every year.
That's sick, man. That's sick. It sounds like a good guy, bro. I gotta meet this guy if I haven't met him yet. The name sounds familiar. I just don't know if I've met him.
He's I don't know. You've probably seen him in a bunch of pictures of mine on Instagram at some point. I mean, we've been friends for a minute, so I'm sure you ran into him.
I figured that. I know you posted a picture of one of your clients that lost a lot of weight. I'm pretty sure I've run across his name and face.
Yeah, sorry, it's my dog Cowboy's in the back eating.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. How's he doing, bro? I know a while back you posted he wasn't doing so well.
Yeah, he gets like he's healthy. He's a healthy dog. He's had cancer twice already, so not really. And so he's good. He's he's just a crazy little dog. He's old, man. I've had him for 10 years. So when I moved out here initially, I got him as like, kind of like, man, I need a buddy when I'm out here.
What kind of dog is he, bro?
He's a boxer.
Nice, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Do you give him any like CBD or anything like that? That news that's coming in?
I don't know, man. I'm a skeptic. So
I'm the same way, dude. Like I heard about it or whatever, and I've tried every little thing. Actually, I've been cold brewing my own coffee, and I'm actually drinking my cold brew that I brewed up. But I have been putting this CBD stuff that my parents got me. Honestly, the oil doesn't do shit to me, bro.
No, it does nothing for me. I've never felt like any kind of like pain relief or anxiety relief or anything with the oils.
Yeah, no, nothing, dude.
Put some THC in that shit, I'm sure I feel all right. I mean,
right? I'm the same way, man. I'm like, if it was a little stronger, then perhaps.
Yeah, dude. Anybody can squeeze some oil out of something and say that it's CBD and give it to you.
Right. What I did try though, and it kind of works, and I don't know what the difference is or if it has more potent THC in it, but I've been actually rolling the plant. So straight up, it looks like marijuana, bro. And I roll up a little joint, which I'm actually holding right now. Roll up a little joint of CBD, the plant, and that actually relaxes me, man, because the oil's never done shit for me.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a skeptic like you, bro.
I'll definitely, like, if somebody can convince me that it works with a product, and it's like, that just took a lot of stress or my back pain away or my elbow doesn't hurt as bad today. Like if somebody can convince me, even if it is the placebo effect, like I've just convinced myself through a product, and I'm willing to change my mind. But until then, I just don't feel like it's that. I'm
the same way. I'm 100% on board with you, bro. I have I got a little long story short, but I got hit by a car last year while I was in New York. I got like 6 herniations, man. And they wanted to put me on all these meds and all this crap. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking any narcotics, because once you start on that, it's downhill from there.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. That's how my mom passed away.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
No, it's all good. That's why I'm skeptical about it. Like, I think trying drugs recreationally, I'm not like completely against it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody to do as they please. But when you've convinced somebody that they're in so much pain that they have to take hydrocodone or methadone or all these like, pain pills or narcotics and stuff like that, like you're convincing them and then you're making bank off of it. And then they're getting addicted to it and it's slowly killing them and it's not fixing the problem.
Yep.
So I just don't, man, that's always a weird thing. I think that's like I think everybody talks about that. Like that's everybody's topic is like, oh, how is that not legal? And, alcohol and all these drugs that they're killing you in the, the hospitals with, how is that legal? And it's like, man, that's a really good question.
A big pharma right there, bro. I mean, they're making, hand over fist money they're lobbying for this shit in Washington. I mean,
yeah, I agree. But the more that we talk about it, like without, the more people talk about it without, like, I don't know, really, I'm not really educated on who's taking action against it more so, but I will say that like people are like other people, like normal everyday people are starting to look at people like you who just said that as like some kind of conspiracy theorist.
mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's not a conspiracy anymore, man. This is like fact. Like they're banking off of your addiction to their drugs after their doctors are the ones prescribing it.
And people are, you've seen it, bro, firsthand.
Yeah, no, it's So that's exactly what happened. Is she had rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, and instead of the doctors helping her, they just like to mask the problem, and she would go in constantly and say, something's just not right. It's not right. Blah blah blah, and all they could do is try to mask the problem. Of course, I wanted her to do more exercise, and like, I even offered like, Mom, you should probably smoke, and stop doing that. But eventually that stuff wears you out, man. That stuff wears your body out and your body can't hang on anymore. And so it's kind of like basically what happened.
Damn, man. What year was that, brother? I had no idea, man. You never told me this.
That was 2011. So Shit. I was 22. So I was out here for about 2 or 3 years already.
Yeah. I forgot what year I met you, bro. That was probably, I met you. You said that year was what, 20?
Well, we probably met in like 2012 then, because I remember I was just like a trainer, right? Like I just became a trainer.
Yeah, you just became a trainer there at Gold's Fiesta Trails, San Antonio.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a minute ago, yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah. I've known you for like 8 years then, bro.
Time flies.
Yeah. So I know the last project that I kept up with, you were doing the classes at, what are those lofts? Ceballos Lofts?
Southtown Flats.
Southtown Flats. There you go. Are you still doing those?
No. The company that I was like working with, they got pushed to the side and they went for a cheaper company. And so I already moved myself into these apartments. So it didn't slow my business down. I just wasn't running classes. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't lose any business because I was still able to train all my clients. So that's what I did. Like I eventually branched away from gyms and I just started using my apartment gym.
Yep.
And because I knew there's no overhead cost, I won't have to be charged any rent, and any personal client that shows up, like, cool, like, all right. So I mean, I can't, they can't charge me for that. Like I just have a guest over here working out. Like I'm not running a business, and they knew that. And they knew what I was doing, but they knew that there was really nothing they could do. And so, so I did that for a little while and started kind of like, without having to pay a rent. I mean, you kind of free up some extra cash. And so, then I got offered an opportunity. So in, what is this? April. So in April, I got offered an opportunity from one of my friends who actually lives at the complex, who I started training as like, he was a resident and I started training with him and we became cool. And he went and looked at this building space, like office space. And he found like this basement, like this underground basement. And he was like, hey man, I can't get this basement, but I know you want to start your own gym and stuff. And I know you've been waiting for a long time to start your gym. This guy's got a basement down here for cheap, for rent. And I was like, oh yeah. So I talked to the dude and I was like, can I see it? I called the guy on a Sunday. I was like, can I see it? He's like, yeah, I don't work on Sundays, but I'll be there on Monday. I was like, I'll be there. I was like, I'll be there however early. So I went into him and I went in and I was like, so what's the deal, man? Like, so he showed me the space and like, bro, I felt like I've never felt so sure about anything in my life. And the space was literally this dirty ass, beat up ass dungeon, bro. Like this beat up ass basement that probably hasn't seen light in years. And I'm like, I'm looking at it and he's like looking at me like, really? Like you want to make it, you could do a gym out of this? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I always thought a gym would be cool down here, but I mean, it's not the best space. And I'm like, I don't need it to be. Like, this shit is going to be off the hook. And so, so then I took like a month. It took me like a month and a half to get everything together. The next day I went and pulled out the deposit. I gave him the rent for the next month. I was like, bro, I'm in here. Don't give this shit to anybody else. Cause I had already been played before about getting my own gym.
Yeah.
And like a dumbass, I ran around like, I'm getting my own gym. I was like speaking too soon, like just bragging and shit. And then they reneged it on me. It was in the same area in Southtown.
Damn.
And they reneged it on me. And I was like, all right, well, now I look real stupid. So this time I was like all about it. Like I was like gung ho, like, nah, here's the money, here's this, let's sign the paperwork, whatever. And then it was supposed to be open by June 1st. Some shit went down and I had to open it on June 3rd, but it's been open since June 3rd and it's my own little personal basement space it's a gym, man. I mean, it's a legit personal training gym. It's been open. I've had other trainers train out of it and it's a nice little spot.
Sick, man. You got all this equipment in there, or what are you using now?
Oh yeah, man. I got concept rower, concept skier. I got echo bikes. I got dumbbells. I got squat racks. I mean, the floor is completely matted down. There's lights in there. I mirrored the walls. Like it's a gym, bro. Like it's legit. And it's just like a personal training studio. So membership, you can't really get a membership.
Yeah.
So I have no need to market the gym. I only need to market my own personal training.
Yeah.
And that's for any other trainer who wants to use my space. I'm not going to charge you a whole lot. Not like what these other gyms are charging you to use their space. I'm not going to do that to you. It's a space that I'll give you the key to, and you can come in and you run your own business. I'm going to charge you a cheap flat fee, monthly fee, and then you run your own business and charge whatever you want and walk out every night with a pocket full of cash and not have to worry about too much overhead besides this small little fee, and like so that you can come up and now one day you go get your own shit.
Yeah. That's sick, bro. How do you find these other personal trainers? Are they just within your network and they're like, hey, Sean, I want to train a client out there, and they pay you?
No, yeah, if they hit me up and want to do that, I'm not like actively looking for any though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so I mean, if they just want to hit me up and let me know, like, hey man, I'm looking for a spot, then they're always welcome to come check it out. You know what I'm saying? Just rent's due on the 1st.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Nah, they can pay on the 15th too. It don't matter.
That's sick, man. What's the name of the gym? Did you keep it under Sexercise or?
No, there's no name, man. People call it whatever they want to call it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no real name to the gym. It's just some people call it the Bat Cave, some people call it the Dungeon, some people call it there was a couple clever names that some people had said for it. But yeah, like the basement, things like that. But I just whatever. I just call it the gym. I don't really call it anything else.
I like the plan.
Yeah. And there's no address, so
that was gonna be my question right now. So there's no address. So how do people find you, man?
Well, there's an address. So there is an address, but it's to like some other tenants, like people who do like eyelashes and different things, like their own little businesses, and they rent out their space. So they all have an address. It's a building and they all have an address, but my stuff's in the basement, and I don't really want anybody to know it's down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all my shit's good. I just don't like to hand out the address because I'm like, nah, I don't really need anybody to know. Even though if they figured it out, somebody could go tell everybody in the world, it's not that big of a deal. Nobody's like, oh God, but it's just, it makes it more, hey, cowboy. It just makes it more exclusive. And it just like, a lot of my clients like it, man.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. That's I mean, there's a lot of hidden little things in Southtown, bro. I mean, I met my good friend. Have you heard of the Roosevelt Library?
Yeah. What's his name? Leland. That's his name.
Yeah. So my good friend Leland Stone. I mean, that's another little hidden gym in Southtown. Not too many people know about it. Well, you know what? The past year it's been kind of expanding, but it's still pretty, it's a little hidden gym in Southtown, man. I feel like a lot of those little places are popping up, including yours. So I think that's good, man. I'm gonna have to make it publish this little book with like hidden gyms of SA or something.
That would be legit because there is tons of them. And it gets me to thinking, a lot of these places have basements. These are old buildings, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have basements and there's space down there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to conceal any secrets. I'm just letting people know there's a lot of different things you can do. You're probably not going to ever make a gym as cool as mine. That's just what I think, but you can try. Probably won't happen, but
Right.
You definitely can have like different little businesses, little shops down there. Like there's, I mean, cool little spots, man, that could help keep making San Antonio just such a better place to be with more things to do.
I agree, man. The city is growing, bro. The city is growing.
Yeah, man. What's up with the photography thing? Are you still?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm doing photography. So photography is a component of like everything that I do. So I don't know if you kind of saw the business. You saw it from the beginning. The beginning was photography, and then it grew into this media company. And then, well, actually, it grew into this marketing company, and then it grew into this media marketing company. So now I kind of take clients to three different phases, which first phase, it's we build a strategy. So if you have a campaign, or if you're thinking about promoting something, an event, a book, um, a new website, a new business that you're running, I lead your marketing strategy, right? That's first phase. Second strategy is actually we create the content. So we build all the content in terms of graphic, photography, video, podcast. And then third is we actually manage the whole operation, man. So building campaigns, building the content, and then managing the actual campaign is kind of what we do.
Oh, okay, that's legit.
It's been good, man. I mean, it's been super busy the past 6 months. I just finished winding like 2 campaigns down, which has kind of allowed me to slow down and devote some time to things like this podcast and different solo projects that I've been wanting to do. I want to self-publish a book that I'm shooting in September in New York, and then I'll self-publish it hopefully by next year. I'm thinking maybe like February or March. But yeah, man, I mean, just trying to stay busy and, stay in the growth. Try to keep my mind active, man. It's very easy, I think, as an entrepreneur to kind of get complacent and slow down and think that, oh, okay, well, I could take a day off. And at the end of the day, it's like, nah, man, you should not be taking days off unless you absolutely need it. We like, I don't know about you, but myself, in terms of my business, I run off momentum. So if I'm not doing something and I slow down for a good minute, bro. I remember not being active for like a good month. And that just kills me, man.
Yeah, this whole week I've worked out I've worked out every day this week, but I've gotten off my 5 a.m. schedule for like the first week in a really long time. I'm not training at 5 in the morning. I'm not like working out at 5 in the morning. And it's like mental warfare, man. Like it's like mental health. Like you get to a point where you're grinding, and then you feel like, fuck, I need to take a second. And then you take that second and it slows you down a little too much. And then you're like, you got to build up the steam to like, damn it, like go back in at 5 in the morning and work out before you let this thing go. Like that's what goes on in my mind. It's like, damn, I'm like, okay, another day went by and you didn't do it, man. When are you going to get back on this? Don't let this become your habit.
Right. I'm the same way, man. I've been working out at 6 in the morning, and then this week I decided, you know what, I'm going to take some time, sleep in a little bit, and work out like at 8:30. So I've been doing that, but you're right, man. It's mental warfare. I'm thinking, every day I'm thinking, am I going to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow because I need to get back on it, or is this all right?
Yeah.
How do you tell yourself that it's fine to do, change things up sometimes, man? Because I find it hard for me to tell myself that it's okay.
I feel like, if you just stop, like so let's say you've been working out hard for 3 weeks, and this is what happens to a lot of my clients. Like they go so hard, they go so in, like they're like, what should I do for food? And what do I do for this? And what do I do for that? And I'm like, okay, like slow down. Like one thing you weren't doing at all was exercising.
Yeah.
Like, try to just focus on that for right now. Like, don't think about like a million different ways you're going to like how you're going to get in shape the fastest. Just try to focus on like actually getting to the gym and putting in some exercise. And then that way, when you do something stupid or you like, you feel like you've fallen off or whatever, like you don't beat yourself up about it so hard and be like, all right, I'm done. So like you're able to go out and do something, like go have a hamburger, go do what you want to do. Go live your life as an adult. You're just exercising now. Like keep it to that. So that's what I always say. Like whenever I'm doing it myself, I'm like, damn, man, you know what? It's fine to not be working out at 5. Like, that doesn't mean you're going to stop. You know, you're going to get back into that 5 a.m. routine. But just like for right now, just work out in the evening. Just sleep a little bit longer. Like, don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it makes it harder to get back to your grind.
No, yeah, it does, man. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, very successful man, old client of mine as well. But I was having a conversation with him the other day. So I was telling him that I'm in this habit of working on Sundays. And my bad, my phone's buzzing. He's like, I was telling him, I'm like, I'm in this habit of, working out on Sundays, but I shouldn't be. Like, I should be devoting that time to, kind of relax so I can bounce back harder on Mondays. And he's like, honestly, man, you just unplug it, and Monday morning, you end up hitting it 10 times harder than what you would have on Sunday.
See, I'm a firm believer in that as well.
Yeah. So I've been trying to kind of, acquire that mental state to do that, but it's hard for me, bro. Like I feel like I can't take weekends off sometimes. And I know it's detrimental to my health because my sleep sucks, bro.
Yeah, I only work out. I love working on Saturday mornings, and I do a couple clients on Sunday, but then I unplug. Do you drink wine?
No, man, I don't.
Man, bro. Like, so when I first got with Summer, I wasn't really a wine drinker, but then we started, she'd bring home like, a couple bottles of wine or whatever with dinner. Cause she like cooks like badass dinners. And so it's just nice to have wine with the dinner.
Yep.
And I've just always had anxiety like all the time. And like, even more so when I got with her, cause I felt like, oh shit, man, you're not by yourself anymore. There's other people you have to worry about. And so I started sipping wine and just drinking wine a little bit. And I've like fallen in love with the shit. Like now I'm like, go to a restaurant. I know how to order my wine of what I want. I mean, I'm not like badass at it.
Yeah.
It's definitely like settled me down, and it makes me feel like, if you go overboard, obviously you get hungover and feel like shit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you keep it to a couple glasses, like, man, it's like it kills the anxiety. I mean, man, it's soothing, bro. Like I can see why people drink wine. Like for the longest time, I never understood what was so special about it. And now I'm like, damn, wine's great.
I need to drink more, man.
Drink more like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like when I get back from a workout on a Sunday, like it doesn't matter what time it is. I'm like dead tired. My week feels like I have a little time to settle down. I have like a glass of wine, and while I kick back in my recliner, and I'm like, this is just so soothing. Like I can see how I can reset to this for tomorrow.
Yeah. So my dad's a big wine drinker. He's a wine connoisseur. I don't know if he's not a sommelier, but he
like a level 4, level 3 certified.
He's been doing this for like 10 years, man. He just knows his shit. So he works in Bernie at this winery, right? But every time I'm over at their place, and I'm over there every weekend. I go see my parents every weekend, man. I love them. Every time I'm over there, he's like, "You want some wine?" And I'm like, "No, like just give me a beer." I need to change it up, man. If you're saying there's a different effect to this, I need to kind of, give that perspective and try it.
It's like the closest alcohol you could get to like weed.
Really?
In my opinion. Yeah, to like that feeling that it gives you, that just like warm and like, oh man, I feel good. Like,
bro, I had nobody has ever told me like this. Nobody has ever described it like that for me, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff, man. My dog Cowboy keeps barking at everything that walks by. Yeah, no, it's so yeah, it can also get dangerous. You sit around and just like get real drunk on wine all the time, then it's probably not the best thing for you.
Turn into a wine.
Yeah, you like a wino, just like constantly buying, every night. Like you can get into it like that too, because it's such a good feeling, I guess. But if you learn to enjoy it and find the right time to enjoy it, like it becomes pretty good, especially in like a really good dinner, man. Like you can't eat you can't go to one of these fancy restaurants and get like some spinach dumplings and some lamb chops and then have like a Bud Light with that, bro.
Yeah.
You got to have like a red cab, like a Cabernet, or I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not like your dad can probably like pick up a bottle of wine and be like, this was from 1985 from California. You know, like he could probably like tell, like he could just like grab a random glass and be like, oh yeah, this one right here is Chile. This comes from Chile.
No, but it sounds like you know your shit. If you're actually ordering specific things, which I don't do, I'm like, just give me a white. Sorry, man, my dog's barking.
Yeah.
It's every time I light this CBD stuff, she hates the smell, dude. I'm just not gonna light it. Light it after our episode. What's it called? What was I saying? No, but it sounds like you know your shit, man. Because
I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not know my shit at all. I don't even put in the right amount of effort to learn. I just know by price.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? And then I'll ask a price. I'll be like, damn, that's some good wine. And they'll be like, okay, that was only a $22 bottle. And I'm like, okay, like that's not too crazy off the wall. And it tastes really good. I can deal with that. But then like, you know, I know like I have a couple clients, man, who know their wine so well. It's ridiculous. Like one of them's a level 4 certified client. Her name she has a business called Be Wine Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
And she can literally like you can pour like 10 different glasses of wine and she could probably tell you which each one is.
No way. So wait,
ridiculous.
What does she say about you judging wines by price? Because I've seen some overpriced wine out there that sucks, bro.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, if you don't know wine, you don't even know if it sucks.
It's true.
Like you know, like I haven't even gotten into it on that deep of a level. I know one of my clients, he has a business, and one of his partners in the business is a really, really high end guy, and he drinks like a $200 to a $500 bottle of wine, and he'll bring his own in, and have my client whose restaurant. They have a restaurant together, and he'll bring his own wine in and be like, this is what I'm drinking tonight. And it's like more expensive than anything on the menu. And you're like, wow, like this dude knows his fucking wine. Like this guy knows his wine. And it's like, you like admire it. Like, damn, dude, like how are y'all smelling this wine and telling me that it's from the year 1940 something? Like, what the hell?
Are they sommeliers or no?
Well, I only think there's so many sommeliers in the world, right?
It's true, man. It is. There is
to be that high up. I know one of my clients, she's level 4. I don't know. She's close. I know she's like in school for it, like constantly learning it and stuff. So, I mean, but I don't know if she's that good.
Yeah.
You know?
My good friend Genevieve, which is my dad's boss, he's a sommelier. And, yeah, man. I mean, the guy's brilliant, bro. There's definitely a select few in the world.
Yeah, like good ones. You know, you might have some con artists out there who are telling people like me, like all about wine, and I'm just believing everything they say. So, but
right.
But no, yeah, that's a crazy thing, man. Like that's a real crazy thing to get into and to learn, because there's so many different ones, and they come from different parts. I mean, it's like getting into beers and stuff like that, but beer has. I mean, like you know, like you don't have to be like real deep rooted into beer to understand the difference between a Blue Moon and a Michelob.
Right. And then I feel like, you know, you're not choosing, you got to choose the hops that are grown here. You got to choose the barley that's grown at this place. And it's like,
right.
It's not the same, right?
Yeah, not at all. Like I'm just fine, like just chilling out with a Keystone, bro. Like cool on a Keystone. Like I obviously I like Blue Moon or good beer too, but not like I like wine. Like I was at the pool the other day and it was like 100 degrees outside and I was drinking hot wine.
Oh shit.
Dude,
you like high wine?
I was just drinking it from the bottle. Like I guess if everybody else is gonna be drinking beer and drinking liquor and stuff, like I'd just probably much rather have wine anyway. So yeah.
I'm a big beer guy, man. And, I'm really into sours right now. So sours is my shit. And I've been on that binge for like the past 4 months.
So what's a sour? I'm not.
Sour, I don't know what type of ingredients they're putting on there. I'm sure it's the same ingredients, but if you could think of, have you ever had like kombucha?
Yes, yeah. Out here in Southtown, that's all day long.
Yeah, so I mean, if you drink a kombucha, it's probably about the same taste that you would have in a good sour, um, just without so much alcohol. Because kombucha still has alcohol. Um,
Right.
but yeah, man. But it pretty much tastes like a kombucha. Sometimes they're a little fruitier than others, which I hate the fruity ones.
Yeah,
It just depends, man. But they're good. They're good stuff.
that's what's up. Yeah, I'll have to start trying some. I'm always open to new things like that.
Yeah, brother. Well, give the listeners your what's your hashtag or not hashtag? What's your handle on Instagram and what other websites do you have, bro, where people should follow you at?
Well, my Instagram handle is @Sykexercise. So just Sykexercise. It's my last name, and I added the mix of the exercise part in there. I thought it was clever at the time, but now I'm stuck with it, so I'm running with it.
Work.
And so you can hit me on Instagram @Sykexercise. Other than that, man, I don't really want to be contacted on any other website. So, man, just people leave me alone. Don't bother me. I'm just going to stay in my little Southtown corner. Hit me up on Instagram if you need sessions, and then we good.
That's gonna be hard, bro. People are gonna be listening to this. They're gonna send you all types of emails now, dude. They're gonna send you DMs.
Man, well, yeah, I've actually been attacked by a few vegans on DM lately.
Really?
So yeah, I hope they don't get mad. But yeah, they just they just kind of, and it's like fake profile vegan. I don't know. They're like, but they just get mad because I'm on this little game diet thing, and it's not even a diet. I'm just eating game meat and
Yeah, that's right.
factory farmed meats that are unethical. They're just being like stuffed in a blender.
Farm bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, and they're just like still mad at me. Like, why don't you just give it all up? And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
Just kind of.
Go ahead. You were vegetarian for a little bit, right?
No, pescatarian.
Pescatarian. That's right. I remember that, man.
Yeah, for about 2 years I was pescatarian. I but the older I get and the more like, like, it's like, when you go out and hunt your own animal or you get a hunted animal, it's a lot more ethical, in my opinion, than it is at some factory farm.
I agree.
And it's healthier as well and not pumped with antibiotics and hormones and all this crazy shit that they do. So I'm just trying to make my little difference. I'm not giving up meat for shit because, I mean, the importance of it in my diet is crucial. So,
do you get good price points on the people that you have hunting?
So I don't even have hunters yet. Right now, I've just been using a specialty meat market, Cooper's Meat Market, and I just make sure I get the stuff that's, pretty solid. Like I got 3 pounds of elk in the freezer right now. So, I just chop the tenderloin up into little steaks or like make a little stir fry or something.
How much is it per pound?
Shit, man. If you get it like that, if you don't have a real hunter that up north, somebody who can just pop an elk and package the meat and ship it to you on the low, it's like $59 a pound, like $50 a pound.
Bro, that's expensive, man.
Crazy. But I cut out a lot of like simple sugars. I'll still like I said on my Instagram before, I'll still like fucking fade an Oreo, bro. Like I'll eat a cookie if I want to eat a cookie, but I just cut out a lot of the other stuff out of my diet, like the sugars and the simple sugars, the just processed shit. Like, yeah, I just cut out a lot of that. So it kind of like evens out on your price because you're eating more of this game meat and more like just potatoes. Like I just slice up potatoes now or just a bunch of kale.
Yeah.
And like but this is the thing, like it's not a diet to me. It's like I thoroughly enjoy this. Like the meat is just good to me. I don't know what it is about that game taste. Like for some reason I'm attracted to it. So it makes it easy.
I can't blame you, man. I love my grandpa used to hunt deer and we used to eat everything deer, man. And
venison is the best, bro. Like that shit is delicious.
But I'm curious to try elk, man. I haven't tried elk.
Yeah, bro. It's good. Just cook it like a regular steak.
Yeah.
You want to hear that thing make a noise when you cut into it.
Yeah. Sounds good. What about rice? Do you eat rice or no?
I prefer potatoes.
Like starches or sweet potatoes?
Like starches.
Yeah.
I don't really like sweet potatoes, to be honest.
Yeah, they're not that great, man, in terms of taste.
Nah, that's like that got trendy for a while. I feel like that was super trendy, man. Like sweet potato fad. Like Instagram made sweet potatoes way more famous than they really should be, in my opinion.
I agree, dude. I remember being when I was bodybuilding. I remember being backstage and everyone is having sweet potatoes, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where did I miss the sweet potato train?
Yeah, man. They're
Big
on that train tough. Those people fight you over the love for sweet potatoes.
It's true,
You say you
bro.
don't like them, it's like you're taboo for not
Right?
liking sweet potatoes, and I don't understand it.
Well, hey, man, I'm gonna have to come visit you at your gym soon, bro. I appreciate you taking the time to get on this podcast today, man. I know we've been trying to work at it for the past month and finally making it happen. It was last minute, but it was good.
For sure, man. I appreciate it too. Shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot I was even doing a podcast. I just felt like I was talking to you on the phone, man. Damn,
Well,
that shit all got recorded.
super raw.
All right, then. That's cool with me, though.
Good shit, bro. Well, all right, man. Well, send me wherever your gym is, man. I'm gonna try to make it out there if I can this week. I want to get a picture of you in the gym, by the way. So that's kind of the premise of going out there.
Hell yeah, man. Let's do that for sure.
All right, brother. Well, Sean, take care. Thanks for hopping on, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Take it easy.